Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie, this is my husband Jeremy.
Hey.
So today we are recording a podcast episode and I thought I'd record this as well for my YouTube channel. And basically we're going to talk about our time here in Miami, the past 3 years, what we've learned, what we've enjoyed, pros and cons, all the rest of it is going to be in this video. But like I said, we're recording mostly for the podcast, so we're not probably going to be looking straight into camera the whole time. Another thing to note, I'm recording on my new Sony a6600. This is my first time ever recording with it, so I have no idea if the audio is going to be good, if the battery's going to last, I have no idea, so we'll see. If it's a complete flop, obviously it won't be online. If you're seeing this, that means it turned out well, so bear with me in terms of audio settings and things like that. Yeah, let's get into it. This bit's staying in.
Alright, you can go.
Forgot I was recording, didn't you then?
No.
Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Interesting People podcast. My name is Rosie and I'm here with my co-host and husband as usual, Jeremy. Today is a very special episode, so first of all thank you so much for joining us. We really hope you enjoy this one. And we're basically going to reflect on the past 3.5 years of living in Miami and talking about our experiences, the ups and the downs and everything along the way. Yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm going to get emotional.
Probably.
I should have got tissues
you should
ready.
Get tissues, yeah.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday, April 27th. By the time you're listening, this episode will go out on Wednesday, April 28th. And basically, at the end of this week, on Friday, April 30th, we are moving out of our apartment on the beach, and we're gonna stay for a few days with friends. And on May 6th, on Thursday, we'll be flying away from Miami to go to UK and later in France. So yeah, we are pretty much a week away from leaving Miami, and we thought that it'd be nice to just share with you our experiences here, what Miami did for us, what we learned, what was good, what wasn't good, and yeah, just shared our journey here in a sense.
So I think we should start with our expectations before we came, because we basically decided we were going to move to Miami before we'd ever came here like on vacation or anything, and then we came for a week in the summer.
In August 2017. Yeah,
so you were working the whole time basically, and I was kind of just enjoying my life for a week, and also figuring out where we wanted to live, what we wanted to do. And I kind of thought, okay, we'll go to Miami for a year and we'll see, and we'll probably come back in a year because I'm probably going to hate it. And then little did I know we'd stay 3.5 years. I'm now crying, like I'm so sad to leave. But like my initial expectations, I thought it would be like a huge party town, which it is for sure during spring break, but I feel like you can avoid that if you want to, which we do mostly. So I thought it'd be like a huge party town. I thought there would be gangs and drugs and guns. And like particularly, I thought I would see guns all the time. Like I just thought I'd be in a restaurant and see a gun and somebody walk past me with a gun. I haven't seen one apart from police officers. Have you?
Yeah, once.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us the story, I don't remember.
You don't remember. It's actually a funny one. It was at the Wynwood Yard. Probably in the first year, because the Wynwood Yard closed in 2019. And it's this like open space where you have like food trucks and stuff like that.
A stage for music and a bar and things.
And I went to the toilets, and the toilets was like a container. Something like that, just something on the side where you go up the stairs. Fairly small. You just have like 2 spots and to pee, and that's it. And basically, like just above the place where you pee, there was like a shelf where you put stuff. Where I guess they've done it so you can put your cup when you have a drink, And I was having a pee there, and a guy came next to me and put his gun in there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Honestly, I've never seen one.
Yeah, that was the only time. I was like, that's the first.
Did you think you would see more guns? Like before you came?
No, I didn't have much expectation about that, to be honest. No, my expectations of Miami were what we see in Europe and in France, is like Miami was South Beach / Ocean Drive. That's all I knew, and Ultra Miami. Like that's all I knew about Miami. I was expecting to see babes rollerblading on Ocean Drive,
which is true.
Which is true, and also muscle guys walking out on Ocean Drive, which is true.
Which is also true.
But that's pretty much all you see, and then you see like clubs and a party town, with everything that comes with it, and the beach, obviously. That's kind of all you see from Miami when you just look. If you just Instagram Miami, that's what you're gonna see on the top, like bikini girls, boats, and stuff like that. So that was the image I had from Miami. Little did I know that there is so much more, so like many neighborhoods and stuff like that was so different.
One of the other things I was expecting, which is kind of half true, is the whole plastic surgery thing. Like fake boobs, lip injections, nose jobs, hair extensions, high heels, which, like, it's a funny one because I feel like I see a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fake boobs.
Like, I've never, like, I remember I think I said to somebody, like, after being here for a month, like, I've seen more fake boobs in a month than I've seen in my entire life in Europe. Like, fake boobs is a thing here.
Yeah, but
and also fake lips and all the rest of it.
After I wonder, like, how specific it is about Miami. That's the first time for me living in summer all year round. So you see a lot of bikini. Like, I mean, people live in the swimsuit, so it's way more obvious also. And it's more about like showing off. Like you see it way more than you would in Lancaster,
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, in this sense, but yeah, it's true. I mean,
there's a lot of fake boobs here.
Yeah.
But then it's not. Well, I was going to say it's also like, I guess it also depends on the kind of people that you're friends with.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
the communities and the people that you engage with and who you hang around, and if that's important to the people that you're friends with or not.
Yeah.
So
no, yeah,
that was interesting.
But it was interesting because you didn't want to come here. I mean, you were not like too happy about it. It was like, let's see.
Well, I think because I've never wanted to come to it's never been like on my list of places to go or to live. Like New York, I'd have been hype as fuck and been like, let's go there for a year. Oh my god, that'd be incredible. Miami, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know anything about Miami.
Yeah.
Like, it's never been a place I've wanted to live. So then to decide to move here out of the blue and be like, okay, we'll move there for a year. Why not? Like, I didn't know what to expect. It's never really been a big desire of mine to live here.
Yeah.
So it was weird for sure. But I fell in love.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, and what's interesting also is, we came for a week in August 2017, and we moved here actually in December 2017, like a week before Christmas. We didn't know anyone at the beginning. We spent Christmas and New Year's, like the first time, like enjoying the beach, like, oh my god, warm winter, having a barbecue for Christmas Day and stuff like that. I was like, whoa. That was a first for us, so that was really, really fun. And I think we talked about it before. Like, we've been tourists in Miami for like about 6 months.
Yeah.
Like real tourists, like every weekend going to visit XYZ and just being like, oh my god.
Taking photographs of everything and trying all the different cool spots for food and things like that.
We were like really tourists at the beginning, and also because at this time we weren't sure how long we could stay because of some things going on with my job and the visa is tied to the job. We didn't know exactly how long we could stay, and we actually thought that we would be leaving by fall 2019. So also at the beginning we were tourists, and because we didn't know how long we would stay, we didn't try that much to meet people and make friends, I feel, at the beginning.
Yeah, because I think like we were too busy enjoying it ourselves as well, to be fair. But then also, because if you don't know how long you're staying, you kind of think, oh, there's not much point in making friends because we'll be gone in 3 months.
Yeah.
Or 6 months. So we kind of didn't really make much effort. Like, we did certain things, went to yoga and bits and bobs, but we weren't particularly like...
We're not trying too much.
Yeah, we weren't trying too much. And I feel like that changed when we met Jojo, whenever that was.
Yeah, that was in...
Let me tell you
summer,
something.
yeah.
Right, about Miami. Do you know how in Europe, when it gets hot and cold, you can kind of think, okay, well, it was about fall, so it must have been September, or it was cold, so it must have been January. It was summer, so like it was sunny and warm, so it must have been July. When you live in somewhere like Miami, where it's hot all year round, you have no idea what season or what month it is if you try and look back on things.
No, it was in summer 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, because we met her at the Wynwood Yard again.
Yeah.
It might be the same night, actually. And we were doing a cleanup / pub crawl in Wynwood, picking up trash, going to bars and getting a free drink and some snacks. And yeah, we're doing that with like 15 or 20 people. Jojo, who was a guest on this podcast, was one of the attendees, and yeah, she told us, yeah, I'm organizing those cool events. If you don't know anyone here, it's a great event to meet people and like-minded people that are nice and stuff like that. And we went to the event a few weeks later, I think, or maybe later, but yeah, that was the change, because as soon as we went to this first daybreaker, whenever that was exactly, we met a bunch of really nice people, and we really enjoyed the event. We enjoyed the community, and from there we started to make the effort to get to know people a little bit more, and also going back to the event every month and seeing the same faces every month. Obviously it was helping.
Yeah, and we decided to volunteer as well.
Yeah, a few months later, yeah.
So we started going and enjoyed it so much. And like, it's so funny because like I felt my first daybreaker, I was like at the back, super shy, super nervous to dance or move or be seen by anyone or do anything. And I remember there was Sephora dressed as a fairy. There was Corey who was emceeing with glitter all over his face. There was Fabio was DJing, and there was all the mischief makers all dancing around and partying and getting everyone involved, and like just as if we were in a nightclub at 2 a.m, shit-faced was how everyone was acting, but like in a really nice way, not like no drunk aggressive people. It was just like everyone was high on life. And I remember just being like so scared and so like, oh my god, no, I can't possibly dance in the middle. And then if you jump forward to the last daybreak we did last February time, I was like in the middle, jumping around with everyone, having the best time. And I feel like meeting those people who are like happy and enjoy life and express themselves, and they're not shy, they're not nervous, and they're not like conscious of what people might think of them or how they might look. And maybe they probably do think that, but they're not, they still do it anyway.
They feel safe.
Yeah, and just having those people around me is one of the biggest things. It's like being for me in Miami, just to like express myself more and not be nervous, and just to enjoy life more and not worry about like, oh, I don't know how to dance, therefore I'm not going to dance. It's like, I'm going to dance anyway. Like, whereas I like when we first went to Daybreaker, I just would not dare, would I?
No, yeah.
So meeting those people has been one of the best things about Miami. So thank you for listening, guys. We love you.
Well, and also, I mean, to just maybe keep going on now, that was also helpful later to start your YouTube channel, for example. Yeah, if you wanna.
Well, just so if we talk about all the people we've met in Miami, kind of collectively together, I feel like one of my friends told me he wants to earn $1 million in the next how many years. Now I was literally gobsmacked. I was like, oh my god, holy shit. There's like somebody who wants to be TikTok famous who's got 600,000 followers. Somebody else we met recently has got over 2 million followers on TikTok. Somebody else wants to be on YouTube. Somebody else wants to be a roller skater girl and do like Instagram stuff, and like all these different people, like personal trainers and life coaches and whatever. Like, I just feel like so many people that we've met are so inspirational and so just get it, just want to do whatever they're doing and they just do it. And I think it's the first time I've ever really met people like that. I feel like in France and Europe, like France and England and whatever, like I was almost laughed at, or like, well, maybe I don't even know if I was particularly laughed at, but I felt like I was being laughed at behind my back about things.
You're being judged.
Yeah, I was being judged, and I let it get to me, rather than now if I'm judged, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll do it anyway because it makes me happy. Whereas back then, if I was being judged, I was like, oh my god, I can't possibly do it because it's so embarrassing, and all these people, what are they going to think of me, and all these kind of things. Whereas being here and seeing people who are like dancing in the street and filming themselves, or wearing eccentric clothing, or like whatever it is they're doing, just doing whatever feels good for them. It's just been transformational for me to see that and to be surrounded by that, and women in business as well, like women who are aspirational and want to work hard and do well and like do something more than a boring job that they hate. And it's just been amazing. It's just given me the push I needed to do, because so I started YouTube even before we came to Miami. And I remember I uploaded a couple of videos, and then went back to France, and some friends were like laughing at me, being like, "Oh my god, the videos are so shit and boring, why are you bothering?" or something like that in front of a big group of people. Well, I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but I remember I just felt so shut down and embarrassed and ashamed and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm never doing that again. That's so bad that people think this of me. And it took me about another year or two to come back to YouTube and do it again, even if they are laughing at me. Like, I've wanted to do it for years. I finally had the courage to do it, and I got laughed at, so I stopped. And then now having all these friends around me who are doing things like this, like YouTube and TikTok and influencing and all, like everything else that they're doing, having these people around me and supporting me and showing me that they can do it, and it's not a stupid thing to do as well. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube now for a year, which has been amazing. And I think as well, like with the podcast, like having friends who have their own podcast and being like, well, I mean, yeah, they're special, but they're nothing special compared to us. Like, they're still normal people. Why can't we have a podcast? So it's kind of been, for both of us, just been so inspiring, the people that we've met here.
Yeah, that was really, like you said, I think the environment is super important. And in France, because I mean, we've been living in France before, so we were in an environment that was not encouraging anything different. We were just checking the boxes, like get your job and stay there until you die or you retire, get the apartment, like do all those things, and don't take any risks and don't follow whatever you want to do, and do something normal in a normal job and stuff like that. And nothing else was encouraged. On a global level, I would say, like by the way French society thinks, but also on our personal level with friends and family and the people surrounding us. We were just not into this thing, so thinking out of the box in a way was not easy, because not encouraged, quickly shut down if you do it, and stuff like that. So when you don't get any support, it's hard to follow whatever you want. So yeah, having people here, it doesn't matter what they do, it's just doing something different and doing something they really care about, they're passionate about, and seeing them succeed. And even if they don't succeed, actually just seeing them pursuing the dream no matter what, even if people think it's weird or stupid or whatever it is, they're still doing it just because they want to, and they're going for it, and they're trying it as well, at least. And just seeing that was really inspiring. And I think that's really something about, there is something in the American culture that anyway supports this kind of just trying things.
I was going to say that, like, the American dream is real.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't quite understand it before I moved here, and now I understand, like, what that means.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it's easy, but there are way more possibilities here. Because, like, people, and again, I don't know, maybe it's just we were lucky to find the right people and the right environment, but like, you can start a dog photography business and after a few weeks make money, when in France you'll be probably just laughed at and no one will be supporting you, in friends and family and everything, when everyone think it's amazing here, and you always find people supporting you. So that the environment was really amazing for us to grow, especially after what we went through before moving here in 2017. I feel like we talked about it during the yoga training or something, I remember. It was, like when people experience trauma, they have like a PTSD after, like post-traumatic stress thing, disorder. And I remember someone, I can't remember who in the training, was also some people experience post-traumatic growth. I've heard that before. Like rather, like yeah, I think it's post-traumatic growth, where like they use this trauma to, you know, change something in their life and grow and become better, I don't know, for lack of a better word, than they were before. And I feel that, yeah, despite whatever we went through in 2017 and everything, like Miami was the right place for us to grow and to change our life, and to completely turn it around and actually go for whatever we want to. Don't know if you...
Yeah, something interesting as well is when we left, I think a lot of people thought we were running away from our problems.
Yeah.
Which maybe we were, I don't know. But it fucking worked because I could not have stayed in France any longer, and moving here was the best thing that we could have done. And I feel like at the time people were kind of looking down on us like, you can't run away forever, you can't just keep running from your problems, and I don't know. But then also, so in terms of what you were saying, I think mindset is huge here. Like, just like you said, I think it is probably just the people that we've met there. Like, I don't think every single American is like the people that we've met.
No, really.
And I also think not every state is like Florida, and not every city is like Miami. I think where we are and the people we have met has just been like, we've just been incredibly lucky, because I think had we not met these people, our experience would not have been the same. We might not have stayed as long, we wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. But the people that we have met, it's all about the mindset. Yeah,
it's just the level of positivity and
encouragement.
Yeah, support and gratitude and stuff like that. I mean, you know, France is famous for being on strike and complaining, and I mean, it's true. Yeah. And yeah, I get it. Like this cliche of the old continent being Europe and America, like always looking forward. I feel it. I don't know. I'm not gonna generalize it. Yeah, it's probably not the same everywhere, but I felt it. I do feel this difference, and that's amazing, because it's just, you see the world from a way bigger, you know, window or whatever, and there's so much more possibilities out there than we might think, than I thought 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So for sure, that's something we're gonna be taking with us. It'll be also interesting without the people around us to keep this mindset with us and to keep trying and growing and everything.
Especially after spending 4 months in Europe.
Yeah, with our parents. We might need help, guys. But yeah, it's going to be interesting and probably challenging, because, you know, life get back to you. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to make sure we keep this attitude, to keep pushing ourselves and everything. But yeah, that was huge.
And while we're still talking about people, I think one of the other big things was moving to Miami and having so many friends from different places. Like, they're not just like white Americans that, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, we've kind of made friends with lots of different people from different places, and I think that's been nice as well, not feeling like such a foreigner, because, you know, a lot of people here speak Spanish and it's just normal, and like not feeling like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Miami is a big melting pot.
Yeah, that's what I like about it, rather than moving to like,
yeah,
I don't even know where in the middle of America. Yeah, I feel like we're just stuck out like a sore thumb, whereas here I think we're just blended in with everybody else who's from everywhere else.
Yeah, it's much easier to be a foreigner in Miami than in somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Like you said, whatever. Yeah, for sure. That helps, because everyone is kind of a foreigner here, in a sense. A majority of people, for sure, at least. Yeah. But yeah, to go back to what we were talking at the beginning, like, yeah, Miami was and is so much more than I thought. There's way more culture, way more things to see, way more things to do than I thought. It's not just Miami Beach, it's not just South Beach. You have like so many different places. It is a big city, and there's so many things to do for everyone.
Can we talk about the food?
We can talk about the food.
Oh my god, the food. First of all, the donuts. The salty donut has been our best friend for the past 3.5 years. Shout out salty donut! Yeah, the food has been incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah, an amazing surprise. Like
Mrs. Cheesiest.
I was worried about, obviously, as a good Frenchie who loves this food, I was worried about moving to the US and eating shit food, fast food and unhealthy food and stuff like that.
Which we do a little bit of.
Which, I mean, I haven't been to any Wendy's or all those crap.
No,
So,
yeah.
no, I mean, our bad food is not as bad as...
Our bad food is donuts and burger and shakes.
Yeah, which is the best burger in Miami. It's not the
Yeah.
$1 Wendy or McDonald's shit. No, but yeah, and... Well, first, like, in terms of eating out, because Miami is a big melting pot, because you have this Latin influence, you have so many different things to try, from all the countries in Central and Latin America, South America, Venezuelan, Colombian, Peruvian, Brazilian, Argentinian, you name them, all the try them all. Some Cuban, you see.
Yeah.
Some American food with a little twist because it's made by a Latino chef, for example. So yeah, there's so much good things to try here. So many restaurants. I mean, we haven't tried them all.
One of my favourite ones is a place called Ceviche, and it's Peruvian sushi mixed. Incredible. While we're talking about food, got a shout out to Carla.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Something else.
If you're ever in Miami and you want to eat raw vegan food, make sure you get the Twixes from Carla for a start. Maybe even a cake, and then also maybe even some like savoury normal food. Incredible.
Yeah. Again, that was just, I think, luck that we met the right people.
Yeah.
Really into health and everything. So we discovered a lot of like vegan restaurants and stuff like that. Something really different than we've ever tried. That was also really interesting to learn about and yeah. I mean, I do miss my baguette, but I will miss something in Miami for sure. There's some food I'm gonna be missing over here, and there's a lot.
The Cuban food as well. Going to Little Havana and ordering like a plate of food and it feeds you for 3 days each.
There's something also. I mean, if we talk about food and expectation and things I understood, it's also so that was about eating out, and then there is about cooking, because I do like cooking. I cook every day, and I understand why health and food is an issue in America, because we are fucking privileged. Like, we make a good amount of money, so we can buy all the food that we want, all the healthy food that we want from the shops that we want. So I can be picky about getting my organic vegetables. I can be picky about getting the meat without antibiotic and bleach and all this shit. That was something I was worried about, because I come from like a small town in France where we grow vegetables, we eat meat that come from like a small farmer. It's good quality, and I know here the regulations are different. So if you buy the cheapest chicken wings in the supermarket, they're probably not that great and stuff like that. And same for the vegetables. So I wanted to be careful here, and I wanted to buy like decent products. But man, that cost a fortune. This fucking organic red bell pepper, that cost like $3 or $4. And for a fucking bell pepper, when on the other side for $5, you can have a full meal if you go to Wendy's or Taco Bell or shit like that. Well, yeah, everyone cannot afford to pay $4 or $5 for a red bell pepper. When you have a family of 3 and you do minimum wage, which is nothing here, and you also don't have time to cook because you work 3 jobs and you have kids and everything, you're gonna stop by a drive-through and you're gonna pay $15 to feed your entire family.
And it's the opposite to in France. We were talking about how like McDonald's in Europe is pretty expensive compared to McDonald's here.
Yeah.
And organic and healthy food in Europe is pretty cheap compared to organic and healthy food here. So it's kind of flipped. So it's kind of obvious why families with lower incomes, of course, they're eating at McDonald's and things to feed the families.
Plus
and then,
all they can afford. I get it.
And then it's obviously unhealthy and it's not good for them. But then what else are they supposed to do? Because they can't afford to buy fresh vegetables and do it all that way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
So I mean, yeah, for us it was great, but I do realize that we have a massive privilege, and I really understand why obesity and food is such a big issue in the US, because it's not as healthy food and decent product, even without going to like super fancy things. It's not as accessible for everyone as it is in France, because of the whole social situation here, because the minimum wage is just ridiculous, because people have to work around many hours, and just the whole system makes it really hard for a ton of people, especially minorities, to have access to decent services and food and stuff like that. And we had an amazing time in Miami because we had the money to enjoy Miami.
Yeah, for sure.
Without the paycheck that we had, Miami would have been a different experience probably.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that we actually do crazy things, because we do a lot of things for free actually. In terms of we don't visit a museum or do like pay activities very often. But yeah, wherever you want to go, eating out costs a freaking fortune here. Especially drinks, American.
Yeah.
Explain that.
And starters.
Like a main course is like $20 and a drink is 15.
And a starter is 18.
And and an orange juice is 9, and then you have to tip extra, because drinking in the US is expensive. Or something else.
Tipping and tax as well was a funny thing, always been added onto things. They'll be like, oh, it's only $20, and then add the tax on, and you kind of forget that.
I'm
used to it now.
Took a while to figure out.
I think it's going to be weird going back to Europe and being like, oh, so it's 20, so that's going to be 20.
What you see is what you pay.
Yeah.
When you hear what you see is not what you pay.
No.
You need to add another 20% at least between everything. So, yeah, that was a pain.
I just remember, before I forget, something else that we found really confusing, I guess, at the beginning, was all the cars beeping.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
I still don't get it.
For anyone who's whatever, like basically in Europe, when you lock your car, it just locks silently. For some reason in America, you lock your car and it goes beep 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 beep.
Yeah, by default.
Or it goes ha ha. And then so you're in a car park and you'll hear like ha ha beep beep ha ha, like all these different beeps around and you're like, why is everyone honking their horn for no reason? And it took us months to realise it was people locking their cars.
Turn it off.
Yeah, why is that a thing? There's no reason for that.
Yeah, that was
a funny one.
One of the stupid things. Yeah, that was so funny.
We kept being like, who's honking? Who's honking? Who's
I keep like looking back. Like, why every time I walk in the street, people honk at me? Like, people do that for girls usually, not me. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah,
for sure. What else about Miami? I mean, I don't have many bad things to say about it, to be honest. About the city itself, I think everything we experienced because of the people we met and because of our situation made Miami a paradise.
Incredible, yeah.
We didn't see the bad side of it. Also, like, we didn't even go out much in clubs or anything, so if there's some shit going on around that, like violence or whatever, like, we didn't see it because we just didn't really go at that.
Yeah.
So we really we had an amazing positive experience, pretty much like everything we did here. So yeah, I don't have much bad things to say. It's probably far from the perfect city, but we just don't see it, to be honest.
I'm going to have a first world problem kind of moment here. Why the fuck is the AC set to 0 degrees C? In shopping centres, food shops, restaurants. It's like, if you're going out for the day, you have to decide, okay, if I'm going to be mostly indoors, I'm going to wear trousers or pants if you're American, or jeans and a jumper, sweater if you're American. And then if you're going outside, you're going to wear a bikini and a dress and the least clothes possible, because it goes from being super hot to being super cold, depending on where you're going. Isn't that true?
Oh yeah.
If you go to Aventura Mall inside for a couple of hours, you're going to be cold. You can't wear shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, even if you're in a bus or in a taxi, you're going to be
when
freezing
you're
to death.
at work as well.
And if you have sunglasses, when you step out, you have like
the fog
on your glasses because of the temperature difference. Yeah, I don't get that. Like,
Jerry used to cycle to work, so he'd get to work boiling, go inside and have to put a sweater on because it was cold.
Yeah, and because I was sweaty and wet, I was getting ill from it.
So that's my first world problem about Miami is the AC. But apart from that...
That's a stupid one.
Well, no, yeah. But apart from that...
No, but yeah, that's a...
Do you have any favourite moments? I know that's a really hard question.
God. I mean... Every single sunrise I've seen on the beach in the morning.
Oh,
in a sense.
Like every
I mean,
day,
yeah. But I mean, that was my favorite part of the day. And I don't know how many hundreds of times I've done it, but clearly that's something that I'm going to remember. Getting the paddleboard. It's not one moment, but all the trip we had on the paddleboard was amazing. I'm so glad we bought that. Thank you, Marina, for getting us the... Rosie is crying. Thank you for recommending the iWalker paddleboard. Shout out. Free ads. Because, we spent so many hours on this paddle. Just exploring the city and looking at manatees and dolphins and going to the Hall of the Sandbar and having fun in this crazy place with big yacht partying and seeing people and girls half naked twerking everywhere.
During spring break. But we'd also take it out on the water and sit in this certain place for sunset on the water. We'd have I'd have a side, Jeremy would have a beer, we'd have some chips and hummus and just sit there with the sunset and dolphins going past us. It was just magical.
Yeah.
It sounds fake, it doesn't sound real, but it really happened. I promise it happened.
I know it's not a specific moment, but that's clearly something that I loved. I mean, all the daybreakers
I was going to say daybreakers
pretty
high for me.
Because daybreaker was our way in to meet a lot of people here. So that created a lot of friendships and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't think of one moment. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Same. Daybreaker was huge. Something as well is my photography and how much I grew with that.
Why?
When I arrived here, I was like, I want to be a photographer. Because I'd kind of done it a little bit in France. I was like, okay, Jeremy's earning enough money to pay the bills, so anything I do is just extra, so I can actually just be a photographer and spend time on that. So going from doing free shoots for anyone who would want it, birthdays, weddings, bachelorette parties, babies, families, proposals, everything. I just did everything for a whole year. I remember one weekend I got paid. I'm going to say it. I got paid. Did I get paid $2.5 grand? Or was it 3.5 grand?
3.5, yeah.
For a weekend to photograph a bachelorette party, and it was all day Saturday, Sunday, and a little bit of Friday.
And one evening,
yeah.
1 evening and 2 afternoons.
But to go from working in Subway and working shitty jobs in France to then coming to America and being a photographer and being paid 2.5 or 3.5 grand, whatever it was, for a weekend, that was a real pinch me moment. I was shitting myself. I was like, how the fuck has this just happened? Why did they just say yes to that? It was insane. And then to have built my dog photography business kind of out of nowhere, and now I'm teaching other people how to be dog photographers. It's just insane how that's happened. But that's been so huge for me in terms of confidence, in terms of learning about photography, in terms of starting businesses and running them and pricing, and now helping other people. That's been huge for me. And having the space and the opportunity to do that and not have to worry about money and not have to worry about working 9 to 5 and then doing that on the weekends and struggling and things. I feel super privileged that I was able to do that, and yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, and thanks to everything you just said, thanks to some people that we met, like Abraham, who taught you a lot to create this program to help other people. Seeing friends like Jason and Jeremy having podcasts inspired us to have this podcast, and also Alvi was the kick in the butt to actually get it started. Seeing all those people doing things that they want is also one of the reasons that, well, we decided to start a new chapter and do something else and do our own, and try to do our own things later. So yeah, like everything that we've learned here in terms of skills and opportunities and everything, now we're gonna take it with us to keep living this dream, hopefully for as long as we can. Dogs.
Just dogs.
That's also a big thing from Miami.
Yeah, so like we started dog boarding in February 2019, and that's how I started the dog photography, because I photographed the first couple that we looked after. I photographed them, the people loved them. So it started my dog photography. It also started us having like income pretty regularly from looking after dogs, and Jeremy's love affair with all the dog, like all these different dog girlfriends he's got now.
Oh,
that he's gonna miss.
No, but yeah.
Alice, you love Alice.
I mean, I do. Yeah, I've always loved dogs, but like, I don't know. One day I was here and I've heard about this application somehow called Rover, where you could be paid to look after dogs. It's like, I'll do it for free. Like, I would do it for free anyway. And because we had an apartment without a concierge and a valet and everything, so people could just come in and dogs were allowed in here and everything, I was like, I'm gonna sign up for it. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna work. I didn't have any expectation. Well, I'm gonna have a profile, we do it. If we have a dog once in a while, it'll be fun and we get paid, and also like this money is gonna go in holiday. It'll be fun money. We had dogs like 75% of the time. We were booked like 3 weeks out of 4 every month. It was ridiculous. It was non-stop. I have no idea how many dogs we looked after. Like
a lot.
I can't even say, like 20, 30, 40, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. I mean, can't say I loved all of them equally. Some came for a day, some came for a week, and then we had some coming for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. We had Caesar for like pretty much an entire summer.
Yeah.
We had Alice for like 2 or 3 months before COVID. We had Linux coming like once or twice a week for like 2 months.
You start to get attached to them.
Oh yeah, I mean when you keep seeing them, like it's like I don't want to let you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting how. Yeah, I mean that was just super fun for a start. We met a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
It helped you start your business, which helped meet this amazing dog community in Miami and meet other people as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, clearly like, little did I know that signing up for this Rover application would make us a pretty good decent amount of money.
Yeah.
We would have so much fun with dogs, and you would create a business from it, and we met so many people.
I had no idea.
But yeah, dogs, come on. Yeah, that's the thing in Miami that...
One of my other highlights is the travel that we did. And it's also one of my regrets, because I feel like before we moved here, I was like, okay, I want to go to Utah and New York and this place, and you want to go to New Orleans, and there's a lot of places we wanted to go that we didn't get around to going to. But then also, well, that money we've saved from not doing that, we're saving for the next step for like our travel. So it kind of outweighs itself, like it's fine. But that's one thing I wish we'd done more of, is traveling to different states. But then equally, I love the fact that we went to the Keys a couple of times. We went to Cuba and we went to Puerto Rico, like they were, and obviously up to Ocala and things. So
And Panama.
And Panama, yeah, travel was great here because you're so close to different places. I feel that we could have seen more of the states for sure, because we didn't see any of the states apart from Florida.
Yeah.
But I'm happy also at the same time with what we did do. Like Cuba was incredible, Puerto Rico was like, all of it was incredible. So that was also a big thing. Was like travel here was amazing as well.
Yeah, we had really cool moments here. Yeah, if there was a choice.
Yeah.
I don't regret it personally.
Just so long as we come back and do a road trip at some point.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, you can't have it all.
Yeah.
clearly, like, making that much money in Miami was an amazing opportunity to save money as well for whatever is gonna come. And because we had this idea pretty soon about after Miami potentially going traveling, it was a choice of, I mean, we're not gonna make that much money for a while again. If we keep some, we can go traveling after Miami, whenever it is, and potentially take a break for anything. So yeah, that's...
And also for a long time, you know, can do like a year in Thailand versus 2 months in the States.
So yeah, that's just priority and choice. But I mean, everywhere we've been was amazing, pretty much. For sure, Cuba, Puerto Rico was phenomenal, just amazing. I would love to go back. The Keys is just, I mean, stunning. I really love the trip we had in Florida Springs, in Central Florida. That was
stunning. For 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that was like really a pretty unique landscape and things. The Everglades as well. It's pretty beautiful. So no, I'm glad that I at least saw pretty much everything there's to see here.
Yeah, that's all that.
I'm sad to leave Miami, but I'm also okay with it in the sense that I literally have no regret. I went to Ultra Miami. Yeah. Luckily, because after I stopped with COVID and everything, I went at the right time. Like, that was in my fucking bucket list. I did it. I'm good with that. I enjoyed every single moment here. Like,
my other regret though is not making my brothers come before COVID hit.
Yeah, that's not you. You know what you can control.
Yeah, but like, how incredible would that be to bring them here and show them around and go for drinks and show them Windward Walls and...
Well, yeah, but it's not like you didn't make them come, you just didn't want to come. So...
Well, no, I wish I'd been like, you should come. Like, you're coming.
Well, yeah, but you couldn't force people, so...
I know, but that's one thing I wish we could have done, is to show them around while we were here, but...
Yeah, well, that's on them. And everyone else was supposed to come later.
I know, all of our friends were like, we'll come next year, and then the pandemic hit and no one came.
Yeah, and now we're leaving. So,
never mind.
Shout out to the one who came.
Yeah.
It's not that many.
All 4 of you.
Yeah, you can't control that, so you can't regret it. Because it's not up to you.
Yeah.
What else about Miami?
Gratitude training.
Gratitude training. Oh shit. Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning. Yeah.
You don't know where to start.
No. How the fuck did I end up doing this thing? I mean, yeah, it's crazy how much I changed in Miami. We came here. I mean, gratitude was like the end of the transformation.
It was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, hell of icing though.
Okay, it was the icing, it was the strawberries.
It was the cake, I feel.
Sprinkles.
Everything else was just the base. But moving to Miami and not being in a great place and everything, I started meditating, yoga. We started taking more time for ourselves and learning about self-development and stuff like that, reading books and listening to podcasts and just trying to change a little bit as a person and mindset and everything, and eventually that led to doing this gratitude training in September 2019. When you have 1 year disappearing of your life with COVID, it's really hard. And yeah, I went there because it was free for a free weekend, part 1, and I ended up doing the whole process. And I mean, I've learned a ton about myself, which was the whole point of this training. It's called gratitude training, but it's more like a self-development mindset training to overcome your self-limiting belief and potential blocks that you have going on in your mind because of things that happen in your life. So that was amazing to I felt it came at the right time also, because we had a good group of people. like I could start seeing the possibilities, and I was like knocking through a door and well, being thrown through a door more than kicking it myself. But yeah, that was helpful to just really like see the whole picture and the full potential. And also we met so many great people. I mean, most of our friends come from Daybreaker or Gratitude.
Before we talk about your friends, what were your biggest lessons and biggest takeaways? If you want to share.
Yeah, well, I mean, on a more like really personal level, the main thing was about like it is okay to have emotions and stuff like that. Like that was really my personal lesson that probably I needed to learn going there, and I learned, and being more like in touch and in phase and okay with feelings, whatever it is, and also expressing them or letting them come out. That was the main things on the more like really personal side. Also that everyone is going or went through some shit, and being way less judgmental about, you know, the way people act or why people are making some choices in their life, or, you know, you never know. Like one of the best thing was reading this book, The 4 Agreements, about like don't have any expectation, don't take anything personally, and this whole like don't judge people. That was really interesting. It really kind of changed the way I see people and interact with people. What else? And also another part of the training was also like they kind of destroy you and then you bring you back to life. They break you down, make you cry a lot, and then they build you up again. And building you up again is it's seeing that a lot of things that you believe are not possible in your life, or just stories in your head. I can't become a dog photographer, I can't become a YouTuber, I can't become whatever I'm going to be doing later, a podcaster. I can't do this because of my parents, because of it's not a real job, because like those are just stories. I used to try. Like it is, you can try. You might not succeed, but you can try. But it's a lot of block of belief that we have in our brain because of the way we were educated and because of the way we grew up in the society and parenting and the environment. But it's not the truth. It's not a fact. It's up to us at the end, and we can say like fuck off all that and go for it. So that was really interesting to really see and be aware of all those limitation, belief, block, whatever you want to call them, and also the everything we carry from childhood or trauma or stuff like that later, how it's impacting lives and how you can overcome all those things, and that was really, really big, and I think it was helpful in letting go of a lot of like living a normal life and stuff like that. I think that's also helping into like what we're going to be doing next, whatever it is. And like I said before, like also we met amazing people through this training.
Yeah.
Now we have a lot of friends now in Miami thanks to this training, a few people. So that was also a really, really, really good takeaway from it.
Yeah. It was funny for me whilst you were going through that, because like I was just sat at home and then you'd come back 3 days later or however long it was, like a really different person. And I just feel like, who is this? Like I have no idea what's going on. It'd take you like a week or two to get back to some version of Jeremy. But I remember one of them, we went to Cuba straight afterwards, and you'd shaved your beard for part of the process thing, whatever. Yeah. So you'd shaved your beard and you came back and you were just speaking differently and acting differently, and I was just like, I don't know who this is so weird. But then after like a week or two, you kind of get back into you, but like just a different version of you.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see, like the process of how you changed so much and then kind of, not that you came back, but you kind of settled down a little bit.
Yeah, you find a balance. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the people have been incredible.
Yeah. No, yeah, think about gratitude, that's area. What else?
What else? Any bad moments?
I mean...
The miscarriage wasn't.
Yeah, there was a couple, but some Miami related. I wasn't. I was like.
Well, but
yeah, like the miscarriages that we had after it's not because of Miami.
No, but like so I had a miscarriage in Cuba, which was not fun because we're on holiday in Cuba.
Not the best place to have a miscarriage in Cuba.
Yeah, nothing around to help. And then also the missed miscarriage that I had during a pandemic, where like I was scared to touch anything and I was scared to go to the doctors and like a family wasn't around and it was
and you can't be together
scary and you couldn't be in there for the scans and yeah, that was not fun.
Yeah, that was life.
Not Miami related though.
No, yeah. No, I mean Miami related, not much.
Okay, what will
After in the last 3 years, yeah, that's the shittiest moment that we had.
Yeah.
But I can't complain, I mean, apart from now, we had a really good time here. We've been spared.
What's things that you're going to miss and things that you won't miss about Miami?
I mean, I'm going to miss people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to miss the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been extremely lucky to live on the beach since we moved here.
Yeah.
Like, non-stop. And the further we've been was like 3 blocks away. So we were walking distance from the beach for 3.5. I'm gonna miss that for sure. I mean, my morning or evening walk on the beach, that's priceless. that's worth the rent. Yeah, the people and that, I think that's honestly gonna be my thing. After, it's hard to explain. I told you that I think when we moved pretty quickly, like I felt like even before we met anyone, stuff like that, I felt like a weird connection to this place. Mm. I felt like I belong here.
Yeah.
After a few weeks, I felt like I belong in this place. This is my shit. Like this is my city. This is where I'm supposed to live. It's just the vibe, the whatever you want to call it, is just perfect for me. And yeah, so I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss the whatever makes Miami special. I don't know what it is, but
which is interesting as well because we lived in different places. It's not like we've just lived in one place and then moved here.
Yeah.
Like we've lived in a few different places, and I was the same. Like I said, I wasn't really sure about moving here, and then as soon as we got here, I was like, holy shit, it's incredible. Like I just love it here.
Like I felt like, you know, in movies when it's like a witch spell a cast on you or whatever, and you're like, bam, you're gonna be in love with that, and you don't know why. Here we are. That's it. Like Miami spelled a cast on me, and
cast a spell, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That, and yeah, I'm caught up into it. I don't know why, but it's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wynwood as well. I think Wynwood is one of our it's our little. If we want a little day trip, we'll go to Wynwood, get some donuts, and have a walk around and see all the artwork. It's like our little thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. After I'm not attached to a lot of things, so it's not like the neighborhood or whatever, because you can find things everywhere. It's more like for me, like everything that I know I won't be able to get. I think in those places, like the people, the communities, this positive energy that we've been surrounded by for 3 years now. That's something for sure that I'm going to be missing a lot. And then in terms of physical things, it's going to be the beach, clearly, for me. Like living by the beach is the best shit ever. Like, this is for me. Not wearing shoes for 3 years.
Literally, I have to remind Jeremy when we go to Publix, the supermarket, I have to be like, Jeremy, put on shoes, we're going to the supermarket. He's like, oh yeah, might need to wear shoes. And I'm like, yeah, you might.
Yeah. What about you?
Same, people mostly. The people year-round summer, I mean, yeah, it gets hot in August for sure. It gets hot. But I'm gonna miss it just being summer all year. Again, the vibe, and also our little day trips. Like, I'm gonna miss like going on the paddleboard and like taking our drinks and going up to the sandbar and our little day trips in Wynwood and like being a tourist on like one day a month or something and doing little cute touristy things, and then having the normal life and like the freedom to do the photography without, you know, pressures of finances and things. I guess the next question is, when are we coming back?
That's the $1 million question. I wish I have an answer for that. I mean, who knows? I mean, coming back. But
It's funny because like we're obviously definitely going to come back. I feel like what's amazing now is because we've got so many good friends here. We know that we could come back for 2 weeks and stay with different friends. You know, a few days here, a few days there. Like see all our daybreaker friends and yoga friends and dog friends and everyone else, and kind of have a really awesome 2 weeks here, couldn't we? Like, I think this is now going to be our like, even if we don't come back to live here, I think this is going to be our like once a year vacation.
Family vacation.
Yeah, family vacation to see all our family again.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of moving here, I don't know, because like, so we have no idea. We're gonna go travelling,
and we'll see
for a year or two or not, however long it lasts, and then we'll see what we're doing, and we just have no idea.
Yeah, after like this a lot of things that we can't control to come back here in terms of visa and legal stuff. So like, there are ways to make it happen, but it's not that easy. So I guess we'll have to make choices. But again, I mean, right now I would love to. Like, I know I don't want to live in France. I don't want to live in England.
Yeah. No.
So I would like to come back here. I also know that when we moved here, we didn't know we were gonna be that much in love with Miami. So we're gonna see a lot of new countries in the next 12 to 18 months. Who knows? Might be in love with some other place. And yeah, I mean, we have a plan. We talked about it in a previous episode. We're gonna try to spend the next 12 to 18 months. We're gonna be using this time we're gonna be unemployed. We're gonna be building our own things, working on personal projects, a few of them, and hopefully by the end of our trip, we will have systems, things in place to generate enough money so we don't need, maybe we won't, but we won't need to get another normal job, I would say. Maybe we will, because I'll miss it, maybe, having a team and everything, but it won't be a necessity, it will be a desire, at least. So it's different. But yeah, I don't know, the lifestyle that we had here was just outstanding. I mean,
yeah,
having the freedom because of working from home even before COVID and stuff like that was just such an amazing opportunity. And yeah,
you see, that was actually a big thing as well for me, was like when I was working in France, I was working in Subway and I was working in a lavender shop and doing all these kind of things, and obviously Jeremy was working his office job, so we'd see each other for like, you know, a couple of hours in the evenings where it's like cooking, and then okay, just sit down and watch TV and relax, and then obviously weekends where you're seeing friends and family and things like this. And then I feel like since being here, and Jeremy's been working, well actually then when we had the abortion thing and Jeremy was working from home for a bit and then he went back to work, I remember I was just so lonely at home all day on my own. I was so lonely and I hated it. And then when we moved to Miami, it was the same sort of situation where you were going to work and then I was just kind of left on my own, and it's not like I was bored or anything, like I was still doing things. I was doing all these free photo shoots and trying to build that up and exploring Miami and having fun and things. But then once you started working from home, that's when I realised how much I love having you at home all the time. And how much, don't make me cry looking at me like that. And how nice it's been that, like, for the past 3 years pretty much, you've worked from home, so we spend literally all of our time together, and it's pretty perfect. I mean, yeah, we bicker sometimes, but otherwise I wouldn't have it any other way. And I can't imagine you now going back to an office and like not seeing you for the whole day every day. You're like, yeah, no, not the same.
No.
Can't relate.
No, I do. I I do like working from home. I know some people after COVID like miss it and want to go back to the office to see people and everything. I don't. I don't think I'll be able to go back to an office.
And even though you're working, like you're sat at your office working, but I love the fact that I can be sat editing photographs and look over and you're sat there, and I'm not just on my own. And I know it sounds proper cheesy.
Yeah, some people are saying, you cute.
I know we are cute, but it's true. Like, I'm not saying it just to be cute, like, it's true. Like, I love the fact that you're home all the time.
No, it's nice. And
like, I can't imagine you ever going back to an office and me just
me neither. I mean, I don't want to, and that's also why we want to, try to become independent, in a sense, financially dependent. So maybe it will be a desire, but at least it won't be a necessity, so we have the option not to if we don't want to. So yeah.
And I also think that after COVID, though, a lot of people are going to be working from home because they know they can now.
Yeah, it's way more
COVID,
acceptable.
It wasn't a thing. Yeah.
I think even if I want to get a job again, it'll be a remote job.
Yeah.
Which there are plenty now. It's way more normal, so it'll be way easier to do that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. You'll be following our adventures about that and see what we do, where we end up. So just to wrap it up, we are leaving Miami on May 6th. We are flying back to UK, to Manchester, to spend probably a couple of months with Rosie's family. And then after that, we'll go to France for probably another couple of months and see my family and some friends. And hopefully by fall, September, October time, whenever we can, we will go traveling to Southeast Asia. We don't know where yet because there are way too many restrictions right now, with India being hit by a second, third wave. So it's still hard to pick a place, but we know we want to be in this region. So we will go where we can go. We are fully vaccinated now, so it should be okay eventually by fall. And yeah, we're going to be working for at least 1 year and maybe a little bit more, visiting and working on projects. So Rosie is going to be working on her YouTube channel, on her program to teach people how to become dog photographers. And also she wants to go back into blogging. You could say that, no? Into blogging and stuff like that. And also, doing photography work in general anyway. She won't stop that. And you're gonna see way more content from the podcast on social media and stuff like that. I'm gonna have time to create content now. Hopefully we're gonna have different kind of episodes with people we meet on the road along the way. We're not sure how that's gonna work out, but I've got the equipment to record anywhere I am now. I don't need internet or anything anymore, so that's the plan. And I'm also working with 2 friends on a yoga platform where you can take classes, and like a on-demand class where you can take classes whenever you want.
Yoga, fitness,
meditation. It's called Warrior Flow TV. So yeah, it's a monthly subscription where you can just sign up and take as many classes as you want. So I'm also going to be working on that. And also I'll keep doing drone photography. That's something that came out of Miami as well.
Yeah.
Drone photography. Got a drone, got into that, and yeah, I'm enjoying it, so I'll keep doing that as well. We'll miss Miami for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sad to leave, clearly. It's gonna be tears, but
it's a funny one as well because you haven't seen your family for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I saw my parents and my grandma last December, so over a year ago, but it was only for 2 weeks because my grandma was ill, so it wasn't really quality time together. So it's kind of been 2 years since we saw our families properly. Well, even then, because even family stayed for a week here and a week there.
The last time for me I saw my family properly was when I broke my foot.
Yeah.
We spent a few months, but yeah, so I was saying
it's been 2 years.
We'll be sad, but also we'll be okay because we are looking forward and excited to see people. So
I cannot wait to see my family and friends. Yeah. I just cannot wait. So even though I'm sad to leave Miami, I'm I can't sleep at night sometimes because I'm so excited about going home. But then at the same time, I know I'm going to be crying when I leave. So it's a weird mix of emotions.
I think the real sadness will come in summer when we will be sick of living with our parents for that many weeks. And we're oh my god, just take me back there.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna, on a rainy summer day in England. You know, it's like miserable, grey for like 2 weeks. We're like, fuck, why we did that. But yeah, I mean, it's a choice, and we have plans, and also it's not because like we're not living to go back to a terrible life or anything. Like it's a new chapter that's starting, a super exciting one, scary one, where it's going to be filled with adventure and fun and excitement. So yeah, it's sad, but you know, it's life, and there's going to be just something else coming along.
And we're also not leaving because the visa's up. I think some people think that's the case, and actually we've got a 5-year visa, so we could stay here another 2 years if Jeremy kept his job, which he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
So it's not like a visa thing. Like we can.
No, we're not being
stay
kicked
here
out. It's a choice.
Yeah, it is a choice, and I think that's important to say, because I think it's interesting, because even though we chose it, we're still sad, but we're still excited, and it's still all of these emotions, even though it's a choice that we're making. And I think that's something that does happen in life, is, you know, you can decide things and you can still be sad about it.
Yeah. We'll see.
So yeah, that's our experience from Miami.
Yeah. If people want to follow you around, Rosie, with everything you do,
YouTube is just Rosie Andre. You should be able to find me. Instagram, rosieandre_com for my kind of personal stuff.
Don't share the 25 Instagram account that you have.
I'm just going to share 1 or 2 more. rosieandre_art is my... So it's basically like a technique that I started when I was at university, like 11 years ago, editing photographs to make them look all cool and artsy, whatever. So I've been doing that again, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's rosieandre_art. I've got a photography one. I've posted 1 photograph. I'm not going to tell you that one. Just interesting people.
The dog one.
The dog one is portraits of poochies. My website is rosieandre.com. Not that I've posted there for 6 months, but sometimes I post on there. I want to get back into blogging.
Yeah.
I really enjoy
YouTube
that.
and Instagram are the main ones. And
Yeah.
Jeremy
will leave it all linked. And what about you, Jeremy? How can we find you?
Just Instagram, I think. Jeremy Andre _FR. That's all I have really.
Yeah.
And the podcast at Just Interesting People or justinterestingpeople.com, everywhere. Yeah, it's the beginning of a new chapter. We are excited. New things are going to be coming. Stay tuned. You'll see.
Yeah.
If you enjoy this podcast, it would mean the world if you have an iPhone or any Apple product, open Apple Podcast and leave us a 5-star rating and a review. That would be super amazing. It's super helpful to grow the podcast and reach more people. You can only leave a review on Apple Podcast. That's why I'm just talking about that. On other platform, you can just follow us. I mean, that's amazing already. There's no review system or anything. That's really helpful, and share it with friends, you know, just spread the word. We have plans. We're gonna have a lot of fun episodes coming, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you for listening, guys.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. As always, have a wonderful day. We love you. Bye. So that's the end of this podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it.
I need to do the music at the end again.
You can do the music again. Do. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe for more videos. Obviously, like you heard, we're going to be going travelling, so we're going to be having lots of travel content coming.
Some vlogs.
Lots of vlogs coming, lots of travel stuff coming. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.